All right. So right now I'm a preferred player. My subscription has run out. Your account is preferred status. Let us take a look and see how different it feels. The first thing you'll notice is some of these have the usual play icon, but a bunch of them have the activate icon. I haven't gone through and activated all of my characters yet. So I'll activate my Sith DPS. I like playing. See characters set to inactive down there at the bottom of the screen. Right there. I suck at the whole pointy thing. Anyways, I can have 11 character slots, so I can make 11 active. So not an issue. Boom, make them active. And I'm going to load my tank that I usually play with. This character I play with the most. So the very first thing that's going to be a little bit of an issue for me is I put buttons on my 6 hotbar just to make special hotkeys specific to very useful things that I use regularly. So rather than trying to figure out where they are on one of my bars and hotkey them, I put them on the 6 bar. I do not have access to my 6 bar. That is a bit of an issue because that is how I've hotkeyed my mount, my quick mount. I've hotkeyed some of my defensives, especially Saber Reflect on there. I'm not even sure what's all on there. So right off the bat, that's a bit of an issue not knowing how to mount easily. I don't really want to be pulling up the abilities window and going under vehicle and trying to click on my mount every time. So I do have a mount down here that I could click on, and I do have my rocket boots here. So it's not really the end of the world right now. Still got some of those things. I can still click everything. But definitely, yeah, some of the stuff that I'm used to having hotkeyed, my interrupt, my saber reflect, my self cleanse or inure, my other defensives that I like having hotkeyed, especially my taunts. My taunts are typically hotkeyed. So right off the bat, that is one of the big things that sucks for me anyways, that I noticed right away. Let's open up my inventory window, 1,000,000 credits. So there's a 1,000,000 credit cap. That's a little bit of a bummer, but you know, it's not the end of the world for me right now. I'm sure there's reasons why it'd be bad. I've still got all the money in my legacy bank. Interestingly enough, though, look at how much of this gear is grayed out because it requires artifact authorization. Now, I don't know why armorings are showing up that way. Enhancements are not. The next thing I wanted to look at would be Activity Finder. So as you can see now, uprisings, I no longer have access to uprisings, and operations, which operations have been the main reason why I've been playing the game, is to do operations. So those are now grayed out for me. You can see there's also some PvP that's grayed out as well. So, but other than that, it looks like I've still got access to the majority of heroic stuff, being able to travel around the galaxy. That's pretty awesome. As you can see, oops, wrong button. You can see I still have all my 306 gear equipped with all my set bonuses. I don't know what would happen if I tried to change on the fly. Oh, it looks like it still lets me. Interesting. It still lets me change my gear. So that's a nice little thing. So now I've got my 4-piece fulminating defense on. So that's cool. The gear that I already had made up, I can swap that. That's really nice. I really doubt I'd be able to do things like swap out the, where are they? The lethal mods. I'm not even going to try on this gear. I do not want to buy followers, random person in my chat. We will ban that person and their spam account until they create a new one. All right, so I've taken out a random piece here of gear. We're going to see if it's going to let us put in a warding mod. Oh, heck yes, it does. So, okay, subscribers pay less to remove items. So yes, I'm paying more. It's usually like 80,000. I'd pay like 105,000. So, but that is nice to know that I can still modify gear with mods. I can still swap out mods. So that's useful. That's interesting to know. You can, so really it just seems like that's so funny. It just seems like armorings are the only thing that I'm locked out of. So as long as it's got an armory in it. Now, I'm not sure how gear drops are going to work. Oh, look at all this gear, though. Oh, this is because it's for different classes. That's why it shows. So it looks like I could easily equip this 306 on Aronian gear, you know, like Yeah, I'd be a little bit screwed over on augments, but I can still use the blue augment, so that's kind of fine. All right, let's hop into checking out some other stuff. So we're gonna pop open our mission log real quick here, and let's see. It looks like, so I've got veteran flashpoints, so that's good, but it has to be certain ones. Unranked war zones, is that something I can even do? Yeah, I can totally do unranked war zones. Defeat enemies, yeah. Starfighter, yeah. So there's no issues there. Looks like I'm still getting my stronghold bonus for doing conquest, so that's cool. Not seeing any real difference if I want to earn my conquest. What do we get? We get the... Yeah, looks like I'm going to get good rewards if I finish my conquest. That doesn't seem to be an issue. I don't think I'm going to lose out at all on those, so that's nice. Obviously, the 1 million credit cap will make it a little challenging to properly do certain things, but as of right now, looks like I'm pretty good in all that stuff. All right, another quick thing we can look at too is crew skills. How does that work as a preferred player? You can see I have all 3. Right now, it's telling me I'm only allowed 2 out of those 3. So I'll not lose anything specific to that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say I want to still be able to use my slicing, and I still want to use my archaeology on this guy. The biochem has been deactivated, but you may not access it without additional crew skill slot, and they're available on the cartel market. Oh, 2 tanks. That always sucks. But it's a vet flashpoint, so I don't really care. Travel now. Oh, guess what? Mando Raiders.
Whoever you are, you've challenged the wrong ship.
I don't know why that didn't work. What went wrong there? Ooh, Skylar set the other tank. Curious to see how much Skylar holds threat. Somebody else pulled there or what? Okay, they are looking at someone other than us 2 tanks. Saber throw is juicy. It really sucks that there's no way to actually taunt these little guys. So you can't, like, guarantee keep them on you. I'm trying to guard that guy. Might as well Guardian Leap to the other tank just to get that damage reduction occasionally. Yeah, it's like as if these dogs purposely ignore tanks. Like, I'm sure I have way more threat just because I'm a tank. But yet the dog doesn't like attacking me at all. Alright, let's see what kind of loot we get from the boss. I see a gold beam, but it doesn't mean that mine... Oh yeah, so there we go. I got good loot, you can see. Got 302, we got 304. So the actual loot drops are still going to be very comparable. So when I look, yeah, I'm getting gear. What's interesting is probably because it's the item type. Wow, this is super confusing as to how gear works as a preferred player who's already like gotten 306 and stuff. So my gathering remains unaffected. I can still slice the terminal. That makes me very happy. I never actually thought to check and see if there's a limit on how many crew, what's the maximum deployment.
You got it.
Yes, I can do that.
Oh, that's a hard lock. I can only deploy 3.
I won't disappoint.
Let's see if I can win the roll on this. It's one of my favorite little happinesses is so sadistic. So sadistic, but I love it anyways. Oh, it's so satisfying. So that went pretty well. As we can see there, we do have the limit on the companion crew skills, but otherwise loot is pretty good. We can't use earpieces without artifact authorization. We can't use relics without artifact authorization, and we can't use armorings, but we're still welcome to use implants for whatever reason. We can equip any kind of armor shell no matter what's in there, even if it goes above and beyond. So that's also a great little thing as well. In general, yeah, there's a lot of loot that we can use if we find an armoring shell that already has 306 armoring piece in it, by all means. So, being a 306 player who's now dropped down from subscriber to preferred, I'm actually pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with where it sits me. I can still do quite a bit. It's definitely going to be a little bit of a problem in terms of like set bonus gear. If you're trying to buy your set bonus gear, anything that you buy off the vendor that comes as an empty shell, you'll be a little screwed on without the artifact authorization, because you are going to find out that you cannot put armorings in, and then the gear won't be complete. But if it's something you farm and it has like a half decent armoring in it, by all means, you can just throw it in. Let's check out what our deconstruction will let us do, what that will look like. Probably all crap to me anyways, considering how overpowered I am. So I'm still getting legendary embers from this. I'm still getting tech frags. That's pretty good. I have no idea where my escrow bank is, where I'd find that. The thing that I hate too is item credits don't automatically come out of your escrow. Oh, here's my escrow. Access escrow. This is such a ripoff. Why would you pay that many cartel coins? Like, main thing is some of the group content, such as operations, uprisings, and PvP, you're locked out of, but you can still do all the flashpoints. You can still do all the open world stuff. I'm sure there's a couple of things I didn't know about. The credit stuff is only going to be an issue if you're trying to buy and sell off the GTN. That's really the only issue. The crew skill stuff, now I don't know what happens in terms of if you didn't already have maxed out crew skills. But as you can see, there's a way, let's see. Click here to unlock using cartel coins. Apparently it doesn't want to work. Interesting. So, alright, so from back when they had the referral bonus thing and whatever, I get this these items here, and I'm going to finally use one and see what it happens. So this allows me to access the unified colors on the customization, displaying character titles, and then grants a character additional crew slot skill, blah, blah, blah. Crap, that was bad. Okay, so let's see how this works. What I've been told that sucks about this item is supposedly it's a one-time only thing, that if you sub and you lose your sub again, you don't get all your 3 crew skills. Which is like, you're kidding me, right? But you're not. And we're still locked at 3, but now we have access to all 3, which is nice. So, it's not all 3, but you're locked to 3 characters, so don't be hoping to make a bunch of money off of selling the mats. You're better off going into the open world and gathering them at this point. But in terms of crafting, you can get some okay amounts of crafting done. It's definitely not too horrible. I totally forgot there were a couple other little things like guild bank and stuff. As you can see, I can still access my... Oops, that was the wrong button. I can still access my stronghold. I just nuked my interface by mistake instead of going to stronghold tab. So keyring up to a friend's stronghold because I know they've got a guild bank and I don't feel like going back to fleet. Alright, so as you can see, you cannot use a guild bank. So you can use cartel coins to gain permanent access. That's a lot. A lot. So I'm confused. I have no idea. Anyways, authorization. While we're here, we'll look up. So if you type in authorization, these are usually the things that you might care about unlocking with cartel coins. So artifact equipment, I could get this. Grant your character access to equipping artifact equipment for use in your adventures. So if you've been collecting and storing up your subscriber bonus cartel coins like I have, then you could do a few small things to get a little bit more access. Now, it doesn't give you access to operations. One thing I'm curious about now is the legacy unlocks. I never looked at that. So if I go under my legacy and I go under species, unlocked. So it looks like I've already unlocked all these, so it really doesn't matter. Some of these you could unlock for credits. It looks like I must have already unlocked them all. So I thought I'd take a quick look and just kind of as some closing notes to look at the character creation. So right now I don't have a level boost available to me, so I can't do any of that, but I can still create a normal character. We'll just kind of see what there is. So I can choose light or dark side, and it looks like, oh wait, this is not, we'll just pick someone. I'm not going to carry through. So it looks like, yeah, I've got majority of stuff unlocked. Yeah, these are unlocked. I never did buy this species, so that's why I can't use it. That makes sense. I did buy this species, so yeah, so there we go.
Point me in
No
the direction of the
issues.
action.
No, it looks like we're good. There we have it. That's what you can do as a preferred player when you were previously a subscriber. Pretty decent deal as long as you got yourself already up to kind of that 306 endgame type of gear that you want to wear. Make everything else easy. Because if you can't equip gear that's better, what's the point in farming flashpoints to get loot? Not much.